What's up, everybody? Maddie LeMay from Facebook, 5Gen 4R from Instagram. I'm making this video today because I have a pretty sweet upgrade for my 4Runner that I wanted to share with you guys. I have a 2014, and apart from like the standard scratches and parking lot dings and whatnot on the outside of the vehicle, the car looks brand new, with the exception of the steering wheel and my headlights. The headlights have started to yellow, which I'm going to either address by getting them resurfaced or just replacing them with maybe some aftermarket ones. But the steering wheel, I don't know why Toyota steering wheels with time, they kind of start to break down, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. But they start to break down and leaves like a ugly looking steering wheel with weird texture, and it's kind of sticky and just nasty. So that's been bugging me for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger. I ordered a forged carbon fiber steering wheel from Car Trim Home, which, by the way, if you use my code, which is my Instagram handle, 5Gen4R, you get 7% off site-wide. So keep that in mind when shopping. Save yourself some monies. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I just ordered and received, and then I'm going to walk you through how to go about installing it in case anybody wants to do the same. Last thing, Car Trim Home has the standard carbon fiber steering wheel. They have the forged carbon fiber, and then they have, which is new, the heated steering wheel. The heated steering wheel is all leather with a red stripe on the top, and when you buy the heated steering wheel, it comes with some pieces to adjust the clock spring on your vehicle. It comes with the wiring harness, and it comes with a button to put in your dash. That way you can turn the heating element on and off. So I will post all the links to those items in my description, and don't forget to use my code to save some money. Let's open this up and show you what I got. Packaged very nicely. All right, so this is the forged carbon fiber steering wheel from cartrimhome.com. As you can see, it's pretty sweet. It's got that center red line on the steering wheel. It's got a more aggressive looking stitching for the leather here with the perforated, I guess, leather. And then on the back, it has these little grooves for your fingers to kind of sit in as you drive. So pretty sweet. Really like how it looks. And then you also have the forged carbon fiber at the bottom. The reason why I went with this as opposed to another fully leather steering wheel is I usually drive with my hands like up top. And my thought is with the carbon fiber, this will obviously not wear out as opposed to leather, because my hands are not going to be on the leather all the time. So that's why I went with this. I also think it looks a little bit more aggressive than the leather, and I don't really care to have the heated functionality, even though I live in Michigan. I've never had a steering wheel that is heated, and you can't miss what you never had. So all right, let's go to my car, and I will run you guys through the install. And I will make sure you guys don't make the same mistake I made last week, which ended up costing me $1,100. 4Runner is right here. The first step, because I don't like a face full of airbag, and I don't think any of you guys would either, is to disconnect the battery. That will prevent any potential for the airbag to go off and give you a face full of airbag. Like I said earlier, the first step before working on your car, because we're going to be disconnecting airbags and whatnot, is to disconnect the battery. That will ensure that nothing will inadvertently fire. Chances are nothing would happen, but better safe than sorry. I've disconnected the terminals. I touched them together. Reason being, it gets rid of any residual charge that might be in the system because of capacitors and whatnot. Now I'm just going to tuck them down, making sure that the way that they are tucked, they don't make contact with the battery post again. All right, guys, so this is the wear that I was talking about on the steering wheel. This unfortunately happens to a majority of the 4Runners just by, you know, overall use of the steering wheel. So I feel like this makes the car look a lot older and just not as nice. So that is why I chose the carbon fiber one, because this will all be carbon fiber, as well as this piece. And this is where I put my hand the most, as you can see. So the next step to removing this is there's a plastic piece here that I've already removed, and then a plastic piece here that I also removed, which is right next to the cruise control. Those just pop out. You can use a pry tool, and this is what they look like. So again, just be careful. If you have to force it, you're probably going to break it. Just take your time and then put these to the side. With those two covers removed, the next step is to take a T27 star bit. Looks like so. You're going to insert it on either side. There is a star bit right there, and then there's one on the opposite side in the same location. You're going to want to loosen those. They're not going to fully come out because they actually remain in that area. There's a little retainer for them. That is what keeps your steering wheel airbag in place. So you're just going to loosen those up. That way you can remove the airbag. All right, folks. With that T27 star bit, once you loosen the screws on each side, your airbag should be free to move. Now, before you pull it off, there are 3 connections. There's a ground and then 2 of these connection pieces that connect to your airbag. What you're going to do is take a flathead screwdriver and stick it between the black and yellow and then the orange and yellow. Stick it right here and pry up. This piece will come straight up, and then you can pull it out and then loosen the ground by pushing it together and then pulling it out, and then your airbag is free. I got underneath it with the screwdriver and created that gap by lifting up, and now these 2 pieces should just come out like so. Kind of hard to record and do it at once. And then over here for the ground, pinching it together, there's a little piece right there that you need to push, and then it will remove the airbag. Take the airbag and put it to the side. Now what you need to do here is remove these connections from the clock spring. And just push those down into the side. Now, one thing I'm going to stress, I don't care if you don't take anything else from this video, but one thing I'm going to stress is before you take your steering wheel off, get a piece of tape and put it to the side, because your clock spring, which is right here, if that moves, you are going to be very, very angry. I took this steering wheel off a few weeks ago for other reasons, and I've taken numerous steering wheels off in the past. I was watching the Lions and 49ers game when I was doing this, and it was in the 4th quarter when the Lions were slowly fumbling the game away, and I was angry and wasn't really paying all that much attention. And when I removed the steering wheel, again, I wasn't being as careful as I should have been. I let the clock spring move, and long story short, it cost me $1,100 to get the clock spring replaced, because Toyota is the only company that sells the OEM piece. You can't buy the OEM piece new online. So because I wanted the OEM piece in the vehicle, I had to have Toyota install it. And then the other thing that they had to do was the 0-point calibration. So it cost me $1,100. So just keep that in mind. Do not let the clock spring move when you are removing your steering wheel. The next step is to grab a deep 19mm socket and put it in the center of the steering wheel like so. Hold on to the steering wheel, not allowing it to move, and then you're going to loosen it. I'm going to cut the video, that way I can use both hands. But keep in mind, you're going to want to loosen this. Don't take it completely off, and I'll show you why once I loosen it. Okay, so I went ahead and loosened it. It is free spinning now. The reason why you don't want to take it off completely is because these steering wheels, when they get torqued down, they're kind of difficult to remove. And the reason why my clock spring broke is because I took the nut off, and in the past, I've always left it on. The reason why you leave it on is because you're going to rock the steering wheel back and forth, kind of like so, and that will break the seal and allow the steering wheel to come out much, much smoother. So that's why you leave that on there. Okay, the steering wheel has been rocked, so now it is loose. Now what I'm going to do is carefully remove the nut, and then holding the clock spring in place, ensuring it doesn't move, I'm going to take this tape and tape it to the steering column. That way it does not move. Okay, steering wheel is removed and the clock spring is taped in place. That way it does not inadvertently spin on me, because if it spins, it is garbage. So the next step is you're going to remove the plastic housing on the back of the steering wheel, which is very easy. You just gently push or pull, and it loosens up, and then you can just take that piece off. Again, a lot easier with both hands, but you're going to take this piece off, set it to the side. Then you are going to make sure your screws don't fall out. Then you're going to remove the controls from the steering wheel. You're going to also remove this metal piece right here and the wiring, and you're going to transfer that, as well as your cruise control, to the new steering wheel. So I'm going to remove these screws, transfer it to the steering wheel, get everything put back together, and then I will show you how to reinstall it. All right, everybody, this is the old steering wheel. As you can see, the pieces have been transferred over. This piece right here has been transferred. The wires have been routed again underneath those clips. The cruise control is back in its original spot, as well as the controls for the steering wheel. The next step is to take the plastic housing and put it back on the wheel. With this, you're going to want to start by the cruise control and make sure you route it through the cruise control button or switch, if you will. And then, same as before, you're going to gently push this into place, and it should just snap into place once it's in the right spot. Cool. Now that that's back on, now it's just a matter of lining this up with the pin where this goes on, or the post, and kind of reversing order of everything we did already. Okay, I'm gonna put the ground back first, making sure to not get in the way of the other wires. Okay, next I'm going to connect the positive. Put the cover back on, and done. Okay guys, I have connected everything back up. I reset my clock. Now I'm going to take it for a drive and just make sure that everything feels normal and the steering wheel is lined up. I definitely like how this feels. The steering wheel feels a lot more aggressive in these areas, and the carbon fiber feels pretty sweet as well, with the grooves in the back for your hand or for your fingers to sit in. So yeah, it's driving straight, no warning lights or anything, so I would consider this a success. Thank you guys for watching, and like and subscribe, and then keep an eye out for more videos. Thanks, guys.